Right. Okay. Greetings, everybody. So, hey, I shall wait until people trundle in. Mm. There. Yes, I am here. Okay. So we got one person so far. I shall wait until you come in. Hey, by God. So this video that we are doing tonight, this live, is to do with coping with stress. And sometimes it can be overwhelming. And many of us, well, we kind of try to put on a good face. Yeah. It doesn't always work. As what I'm trying to do has well and truly proved that point. So no music tonight, giving the guitar a bit of a rest. And hello. Mm-hmm. Put you there. So yes, us men, yeah, we try to put a brave face on situations. We always do, because we don't want to think that we can be swamped. But it has happened. It has happened since early April, where I reached out to a lot of people, and I thought at the time I was doing the right thing. However, it actually came off worse. And since that time, I've had to keep ploughing time and money in. So, what we got? Yeah, there can be dark nights. So, I'm just going to quickly skip to the beginning. We've got Steve-O here. We've got Inu here. And we have Daryl, Tristan, Aiden. Welcome in. So let's go back to the beginning. Here we are. Well, what I'm going to talk about is this. Yeah. coping with stress. And as most of you know, I do suffer migraines, which sometimes the migraines absolutely kick my backside. Now, um, today has been many phone calls, and some of those phone calls didn't actually finish until 1:45 today, which that's a long, long time. Yeah. And Jaden, Jaden's life, Jesus loves you. How's seeking you about? Right. Well, when I originally looked at doing, um, Glenn, do me a favour. If you're going to be talking about the football club, it's not in this. Do you understand? Yeah. This is about men coping with stress. Yeah. So yeah, I've tried this year and kind of fell on my backside quite a few times. And why? Because I had an idea. Normally, an idea would be written down. And let me just show you. So, normally, I'd use that. I'd write the idea down and then I would look at what is important in the idea. Now, here's the problem, yeah? And this was a big problem in March and April. It's understanding what I wanted to do, the way I wanted it to be done. And since that time, the pressure has ramped up and up and up. And this morning, this morning I had 4 emails that went off. One of those emails was to a company called Netlify, asking why they're sending me a bill when the bill was paid. And the same with Lovable. So, why didn't you write that when you were younger? I didn't think of it when I was younger. There's the honest answer. We're not talking football tonight, WW Doping. Sorry, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about something that us men, we don't really talk about, which is issues, problems. Yeah, it could be that it was too much information and it did change. Um, Fireworks are going out outside. No, it's not, because I've now put stuff forward to important people to look at and said to them about, you know, what I want at the end of the day. I'm stressed about bills. Yes. Yeah. Well, there's a good thing um actually on that subject. But there's an organization called Pocket Power, which are based in the UK, and they can help Glenn. So yeah, it is hard. Life is very, very hard. I will not say it's not, because it is. Pocket power. P P. Okay. My goals by the end of the year, so called. No, that's knee to yeah. Well, let me just tell you this. The goal as we progress into um, late November into December is for seeking you to actually look at office space. And because I want to look at office space, the word is now out there. Now, can I just say, right, there's only one mod in tonight. So if you are putting a message which is absolutely silly or stupid, different. Yeah. Because you've got to be realistic. Yeah. I've missed, as Corvo said today, I've missed several lives because of massive pain in my head, where felt like my head was going to go boom. And this is what I want to talk about, because I set a goal, and the goal was for seeking you to be ready and able to accommodate everybody. And also, it's brand new, it's got something other platforms don't have. Right, okay. So we got one person. Yeah, there we go. You see, if you want to play in the playground is not here. Yeah? So let's be realistic. A lot of men don't cope. They they hide behind a mask. And you know, I've got to the point now where I'm wondering. I am really wondering, what do people think? Yeah, because what I wanted to be was seeking you, Geordie Nation, to be for the people. Whom was the aging chap at the city centre library with you the other day? Is he the marketing expert? Yes, he is. He spent a long time in marketing. And yeah, so we are teaming up because he has skills I don't have. And that's a good thing. It's not all on my toes. Yeah, well, that's his way of doing things. Yeah. And need no to, yeah, Paul, why don't you just focus on your health and well-being and enjoy some chats? I've got a deadline. That's the problem. I have a deadline. Um, and we have somebody from Brazil. Okay, welcome in. I don't care what people think about me. It's enough for those who know you to know things are and what they say about this. People will always talk. Yeah, the people will always talk, but You see, the point is this, yeah, that I tried to do something and I was proper struggling. What I tried to do was to learn to code, and I didn't actually realize technically that it is hard. The YouTube UK one, how can I be of assistance, sir? Siren. Ginger cake and custard, says Steve-O. Different. Never had that before. But what I'm looking at is this. I've spoken to many different organizations, and things I wanted. Oh, you know what? Guess what? Away you go. There's always somebody at the end of the day, man. However, grow up, put your big boy pants on, man. Seriously, man. Two to 3 years to be proficient. Yeah, that's probably true. I didn't realize that. I thought that I could, but man, I was proved wrong. So, what I'm going to say is this, that there is a way I can do something. Yeah, owning up, yeah. I'm the first person who will hold their hand up and say, this has got to the point where I'm unsure. Yeah. But the one thing I want to say to you all is this, that when I went through this process this year, I've never ever had more than 2 migraines in a week. They were bad, the migraines. One of the migraines, I was at work when it came on, halfway through a shift, and scrubbed that day because I was sick on the bus. And when I was sick on the bus, the person who came out to clean up the mess was furious. Why wasn't the driver taken off? And Marco, 5103, do you have a translate so that we can all read what you've put there? Entertainment for the masses. Well, no, not really, because like I say, I'm talking about issues and problems I have had to cope with, and trying to get on top of them and then realizing it just isn't working. It's possible looking at the computer for hour after hour, sitting there, sometimes feeling I'm bolted to the chair. You know, somehow my focus isn't there properly, but um, but yeah, this year 2025 has been a massive challenge, and it has almost broken me. One thing I'll say to you, Kat, is this: us blokes don't speak about our problems, our issues. We keep it under wraps. Now, what I've had to cope with um, weren't nice. But I think I'm at the point now where I'm almost out of the woods. Almost. It's been a massive challenge because when I'm speaking to Lovable, when I'm speaking to Replit, do they understand? And most of the time, yeah. But the problem I had, like I said in my emails today, was this. I had a blank page, which I'm going to send them tomorrow. I'm going to send them a folder, and that folder is full of nothing but blank pages. And what I tried to say to them at the time was, you're asking me to pay to upgrade, and I've got a blank page. Try doing this, try doing that, try doing the other. And nothing was working. And we finally got to the bottom of what was the actual point. Madcap schemes, saying so-called Geordie. It's not madcap schemes. It's things that are needed. A folder, yes, with blank images. Yeah. Well, the blank images are different, like Edge, Chrome, Incognito, where I've been asked to do something, try this, try that, try the other, and my patience wore very thin. And we have somebody new in called Shashank. Hello, bud. But yeah, the as Dan is referring to, a folder with that's the screen shots of what's on screen, and there's lots of it. It's not going to tell the devs very much, that's true, but it is going to turn around and say that you've told me to try a different browser, and I've done that. Well, as so-called Geordie is saying, right, in a way you're quite wrong, because that at the beginning, what you've put, that needs to happen. We need to upgrade. And when you're talking about crypto, there's only 11% of the United Kingdom actually know about crypto. That's a shocking figure. How much has it roughly cost me with Lovable? Quite a lot of money. I didn't realize how much it was going to. I have learnt no to yeah. I have. Oh, here we go again. So-called Geordie. Yeah, right up. You're correct and I'm wrong. Never mind. That's what I'm going to be doing. Save on the heating bill. Yeah. I was trying to do something, and I'm hoping come Friday to have a resolution. But the stress, is just massive. So, and yeah, when, like I say, when people turn around and say about, oh, well, you haven't done this and you haven't done that, it's only me looking at it. Which is why when I was on the meeting on Friday, I need help. So yeah, but I'm not going to be on long because I'm going to have some food. And the food is at the moment just chilling. It's not about being wealthy, mate. It never ever was. It's about doing something for the community. It was never about money. Why does everybody instantly assume everything's about money? You can't take money with you. You know, if you something happened to you overnight, you can't take it with you. Well, with the music, Dan, there's a hope, but it's just a hope. I would possibly, Dan, I would, but that would be what, maybe 2 or 3 years down the road. It wouldn't be now. Yeah, well, Steve, you're quite right. One at a time. The one which hasn't really proved much of a problem is Geordie Nation. But yeah, it has been hectic. And another thing that's been hectic as well is, you know, I finished the boot camp for content creators, and I'm still not where I want to be. And that's frustrating. It is, yes, Dan, it is. But I'm just adding new features to Geordie Nation. What does it do for me? It's a link to my roots. And my roots are firmly in Newcastle upon Tyne. I'm not there, but it is my link back to where I was born. Can I sign in and post my company on there? Yeah, there is the facility for that. Did I pay for the boot camp? No, it was free. And I'm waiting for something coming from YouTube. It hasn't come yet. Racing games on hold. The all of the games are on hold until January. I cannot do everything. The boot camp took 10 weeks every week, sometimes twice a week. But yeah, I can't do everything, and that's part of the issue. Plus, sometimes I can't cope with the migraines, even though I have specific medication for migraine. Sometimes the migraine kicks my butt. And not being able to come live, that's a downer. But yeah, so the games are still in a folder waiting, but um, there are choices, but the choices are only a demo version. So probably be about 2-3 minutes. That's it. No, I'm not losing motivation or passion. It's just when things swamp you, you know, things swamp you, and I want to be able to turn around and say, like, when I'm feeling absolutely swamped. Yes, you're right. The voodoo people, that is correct. Which is why in the messages I sent today, that was part of it to turn around and say, look, you know, things need to change. That's what I'm hoping for, things to change. And at least two of the projects are there. You're right, Steve. You're right. Yeah. It's just what you call it. Because I was trying to do it all myself. Yeah. And I wanted to expand. I wanted to be able to turn around and say, right, there's this project, this project, and let's push them. Bad idea. Because it should have just been one, then do another one, then do another one. So, yeah. But yeah, so that's what it's just I was swamped, and that's what's I think caused the explosions here. And there's one at the moment which is right at the back. It's not pounder, but it's there. I can feel it. So I'm going to do another few minutes, and then I will probably see you all tomorrow. Did I used to be a gangster? No. What's the DRS? But yeah, I'm just hoping that my messages have got through. Well, that's why I'm doing this video, because it's a case of making sure one of them works. The um the meme coins, they're just sitting doing what they do. The camera is looking at my face. Well, yeah, you've got a point. Um, you have a point. DRS is doctors. Well, there's a problem there with the doctors as well. And that's one of the big problems, the doctors. I haven't seen a doctor for months and months and months because you can't get a doctor's appointment. It's crazy. But, yeah. But I don't want to go down the road of like absolute crash out. So, if there's many of you out there who are in a similar position, speak to people. Yeah. You're not like, you're not doing yourself a disservice by speaking to people. Yeah. Asking for help, which is why I spoke about earlier pocket power. Yeah. And Steve, yeah, less screen time, more sleep, less stress, more focus on health. Yeah. That's the important bit going forward. Yeah, it is. So, there will be still videos being posted. I'm just slowing down and concentrating on me. Yeah, you've got a point, voodoo people. You do have a point. It's just what do you call it? Trying to do multiple things at the same time. That's caused the mass pain. So take a step back from that, and hopefully, as we go into 2026, things will just fall into place. Well, I've been trying on that one, Dr. Gregory, and nothing, no, nothing at all. But, like I say, gonna keep on ploughing ahead. So, one thing I'm hoping for is gonna do a few videos for members only, and that's it, going forward. But yeah, health comes first and foremost. So if you don't see a live, there's something happening. Okay? And I'm just hoping a few things work out. Yeah? So to all of you who are in here at the moment and you're feeling pressured, the weight of the world on your shoulders, etc., speak to people about it. Because us men, we don't. We try to keep it to ourselves, thinking it's going to get better when the actual thing is, it's not. Yeah? So I hope you all have a really good evening, and I will keep you updated in posts as to what's going on, etc., as we move forward. And I'm going to keep to 7 p.m. Yeah. There may not be as many 11:30 videos because it's really hard to do. Yeah. So I'll keep on trying my best. And if you need help and assistance, don't be silly. Go and ask. Yeah, I did. And I got the help I needed from Pocket Power, who I'm speaking to again tomorrow. Okay, so I thank everybody for taking your time, and yeah, so as you know, things have been tough. Let's say in 2026, if we can turn things around and make things just a little bit better. So thank you all and have a wonderful evening.